Hi Sagittarius, welcome to June. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And this month, before we get into your reading, I want to talk about what's coming up astrologically. Mercury will go direct on June 3rd, and then Saturn the next day will go retrograde on the 4th. And then on the 14th, we have a Mercury going into Gemini and the full moon in Sagittarius, your sign. And that's going to be across your relationship sector. And then we have the new moon in Cancer at the end of the month. And at the same time, Neptune goes retrograde. So we'll get into the astrology later. Let's see what the cards say for Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know about love and relationships for the month of June? What does Sagittarius need to know about love and relationships for the month of June 2022? What does Sagittarius need to know? The Chariot, the Six of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Two of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the Star, the Knight of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the card under the deck is the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so the Chariot, you're starting the month off with victory. This is a card of victory. Victory through discipline and focus. And it can also be, it's a card of movement, you know. It could even be travel. But basically it's about learning what's really important to you and focusing your energies in that direction. The Six of Cups is here, crossing it, so it's possible things are going to be getting better. You know, if you've been going through a difficult time this month, I think things are going to start to improve. You're going to be, especially in a relationship with the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups can bring someone back from the past. But it's also a card of healing from the past. So if you've had past experiences that have interfered with your success in a relationship, or, you know, you're in a new relationship and you're making the new person pay for the sins of the past person or something like that. This can sometimes mean you've learned your lessons from the past and you're not going to repeat them, and you're going to carry that knowledge from the past, from your past mistakes, into this new situation so that you don't repeat the past mistake and you're making things better the second time around. So for some of you, it could be you're meeting someone new. Could even be like a past life connection. Sometimes it doesn't have to be the past, you know, like the immediate past. It can mean that you connect with someone that you feel a strong familiarity to, and it's because you've shared love in another lifetime. And it could also be that you're meeting someone from the past and reconnecting a past relationship. But whatever it is, the outcome is going to be positive. The outcome is going to be an improvement from whatever happened in the past. So you're coming together again to make it better the second time around. Whatever the scenario is, whether it's a person that you dated in this life, or you've been with in this life and you're coming back together, or whether it's somebody new, but it feels familiar because you've had a past life experience with them. The sixes represent harmony. So if you've been going through, and you have the Nine of Wands in your past here. So you've been working really hard, you've been struggling for a long time. and you're at the point where you're like, I just want to give up. Like maybe you've been trying to make a relationship work and it's just not working, and you're like, maybe I should just quit. Or you're trying to achieve some goal and it's just been a struggle. The Nine of Wands is saying, don't give up. You're so close. You just have to keep going, because success comes to those who don't give up. And usually when you're just about to give up, that's when you all of a sudden you have a breakthrough. So the Nine of Wands is saying, it can also mean that a problem that you dealt with in the past, you thought you were done with, comes back to be revisited and you have to deal with it again. But I think it will have a positive outcome. I don't think it's like, oh no, here's this disaster again. It's more like, oh, we're dealing with this again, but this time or I'm dealing with this situation. It's familiar from the past, but this time around, I'm not going to react in the same way. I'm not going to make the same mistakes. I'm going to make it work this time. I'm going to respond differently this time. This person, he's offering love and to his, the person. So it's like someone wants to offer you their love, wants to present you with a gift of their love. This is a very tender card. So don't let the past interfere with any new beginnings that are happening now. You have the Page of Pentacles here. So this is about, being open to the new. Maybe learning some new things, being open to learning. Maybe in the past you were kind of rigid and you didn't believe that change was possible or things were possible. But now I feel like you're ready to learn new things. You're ready to experience life in a new way. You have the Two of Cups here in the recent past. So this is a card of a soulmate connection. So you're connecting with someone that you can have a serious relationship with. For some of you, it might be a new relationship where you're at the beginning stages, because this page is here. Page of Pentacles could be an earth sign. You have the cups here, so you could be dealing with earth or water, even fire. I'm seeing all the signs, really. But you have the, I feel like you're at the beginning, though. And it's possible with the Chariot, the only thing is you might have been filling your life with too many activities, because the Chariot's about being scattered. It's about, I'm doing 1,000,001 things and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not focused on anything. You can't run a race if you're going in a million directions. You have to say, I'm going to just go forward and I'm going to drop all these other options. I'm just going to focus on what I want to achieve. And if I keep focusing at it, I will get there. So this month, you're going to have to decide, where do I put my energy? And especially if you're dating, if you're in a relationship that's committed, that might be a little bit different. You might be focusing on, work-life balance. Like, I need to make more time for my partner and focus on this relationship and make it work. If I've been spending too much time in business and work matters, and I'm not giving enough attention to my partner. But if you're dating, you may have to narrow things down, because you just can't keep up this juggling. Because I'm seeing the juggling. You have the Two of Pentacles here. So at some point you have to choose, where am I going to focus my energy? You have the Seven of Pentacles coming up here. So you're planting seeds. You have planted seeds, either in a career situation or a relationship situation. I feel like if for those of you who just met someone, or it's a new relationship, just, the beginning stages, you're wondering, where is this going to go? Is this going to lead to anything? Are we ever going to commit? Or am I just wasting my time? Or where is this going? But the answer is here with the Star. The Star is saying you can achieve your dream. This is a wish fulfillment card. But it's something that you have to work toward. It's not immediate success. So it's something that's going to build slowly, especially with this Page of Pentacles. The earth signs, or the pentacle energy, is one day at a time. Let's take it slow. It's not the hot and heavy fire energy, where come on, let's get it done. It's more like, you're not eloping in Vegas with this energy. You're taking your time. You're getting to know each other. You may start out as friends, and it can slowly develop into a really close relationship. But it's going to be long lasting. So don't rush anything. If you feel like things are not happening quick enough, It doesn't mean that the person's not right for you. It just means that it's going to take time because this person doesn't rush into anything. But you have a strong connection. You have the Two of Cups here. Now, you also have the Knight of Cups, but it's in your negative thinking sector. So someone is offering you love. That's a romantic proposal. Like, hey, let's get together. I want to have a relationship. And I feel like you've been burned in the past, so you're kind of suspicious of this offer. But it's leading you to, you might even be afraid of it because you have the Eight of Swords here. But you have the Three of Pentacles in your environment, so it's leading to success. It's leading to recognition. This person realizes how talented you are. They adore you. They say, wow, I'm really lucky to be with this person. They have so much talent. They're so and they just admire you and everything that you produce. So don't be afraid of love. Don't don't go into that negative mindset where you're going to sabotage anything that can develop. Because I feel like the potential is here for something really special, a soulmate connection. Here you have, in your wish fulfillment though, you have the Two of Pentacles. So you've got too many plates spinning around. And that's it's a similar energy to the Chariot. You got too many things, up in the air. Either you're dating too many people or you got too many projects going on and you don't have time to focus on love or the relationship. So you have to decide this month, what is important to me? I can't do it all. Is it my career? And I'm focusing all on my career, then I'm going to neglect my love life or my relationship. If I focus all on love, then my career suffers. So you have to find that balance. And it may involve dropping some of those plates. Look at everything that you're doing. What can be dropped so that I have more time to focus on what's important? That's the key this month. And then the ending is the Eight of Swords. It's like you've built a prison for yourself. You feel trapped. You feel stuck. Like, I can't move. I think it's because you have too many irons in the fire. You have too many responsibilities. Look at this guy. He's ready to collapse. He's overworked. He's like, no, I got to keep this machine going. I can't take a day off. You have to. You have to learn to say no. Because, life is not just about being a rat on a treadmill. Life is about having some time to have fun and enjoy and recharge. It's like all work and no play. It's that cliche, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, right? So I feel there's a little bit of fear with this new love energy coming in. I don't know, you might be afraid to really get into it or go into it because of anything that you've experienced in the past. But really, or you're afraid to let go of certain things. You're afraid to drop the ball on things that are not that critical. It's because the prison, you built it, you can unbuild it. There are no swords in her path. She can walk away from anything that makes her feel stifled or unfulfilled. She doesn't have to stay in that prison. So you have to choose, where do I want to be? And what can I let go of that's not really giving me what I need? So that I have more time to spend on the things that I really love and the people that I really love. That's your challenge this month, because you have the star in the future. This is your dream. Focus on the star and let go of anything that's distracting you from that main goal. And if that star is this relationship, make time for it. Cut out unnecessary activities so that you have time for love. And don't give up on the dream. Because, and don't tell yourself, oh, I can't do this. I have too many responsibilities. Oh, I can't do that because, whatever, I'm obligated. You can rebuild your life so that you are in a state of grace and joy. And that's what we're here for. We're here to share our gifts and to be, exist in a place of joy. Not to be miserable, not to be stressed and overworked. We're ready to drop dead on the path. We have to have that balance. We have to have, yes, work hard, work for your goals, but don't forget to recharge. Don't forget to add some fun in there too. So let's see what the astrology has to say. This full moon is going to bring things to it's going to bring things to the surface in your first house and your seventh house of relationships. So it's like my needs versus the other. And some truths are going to come out. And you're going to see, okay, maybe I've been, where the imbalance is. And you may have to give up some of your needs to satisfy the needs of the other. And vice versa. There has to be some kind of compromise. There has to be a balance of the energies. It can't be all what I need. It can't be all what the other person needs. We have to meet each other. We have to consider each other. And the square to Neptune, Neptune's in your fourth house. So there may be some confusion with Neptune in the fourth house. Neptune can represent confusion, but it can also represent creativity, meditation, taking time out to get away from it all. So your fourth house could be your sanctuary. Your home could be your sanctuary. Maybe you're going to spend some energy making your home that oasis from the storm. Doing something creative in the home. Or if there could be, if you're sharing your home with someone, there could be someone that's giving you problems in the home and you have to deal with that. But whatever it is, whatever the problem is that has to do with home, family, and it could be a family issue. It could be an early childhood issue because the fourth house is, home and family. Your relationship with your mother, your father, your early childhood. Maybe there are some issues that need to come out that have been operating unconsciously within you. And once you see them and resolve them, then you can have that relationship that you've always wanted. Or you can have that soulmate connection, that harmony. So this is good. I think that, and speaking your truth too. Sagittarius is about truth. You want to be true to you. You want to share your, speak your truth, but speak it with kindness. Consider your words, because Sagittarians can be very direct and very blunt. So you want to make sure you're choosing your words carefully. Speak your truth, but consider the other person. And especially Saturn is in your third house, but it's trining this moon and sun. It's trining the sun. The sun is trining Saturn, I should say. And the moon is sextiling Saturn. And in the third house, that's the house of communication. So with Saturn there, you may have been like, well, I don't know if you may be wanting to communicate, but you feel held back. You feel blocked. There could be some difficulties with relatives because the third house is siblings. Maybe whatever you're doing in your relationship, your family doesn't approve of. You're having problems with the family. But you need to communicate. Not in a harsh way, but, in a serious way. You need to take their opinion seriously or take them seriously. They may be a little bit more conservative and they might be throwing, some shade on whatever you're doing. So you just need to communicate and resolve it. The other thing that Saturn could mean is that you're you're involved in a communication project and you're really committed to it and you're doing a lot of research, you're doing a lot of hard work, you've been working hard on this project. And that's good. It might come to completion at this full moon where you're finishing something up and, it's the result of your hard work. In your sixth house, you have Venus and Uranus and the North Node. So there could be some surprise developments at work. Positive, anything could happen with Uranus. But your work situation may feel unstable because there's a lot of changes going on. But Venus is there, so you're getting along great with your colleagues. And there could even be a love interest that you meet through work. And the North Node is there. The North Node is like the energy you want to go towards. And Taurus is all about security. It's about feeding your, is the work you're doing feeding your sense of self, your security? Is it making you enough money? Is it giving you enough love? Taurus is about stability and security. So if you're not doing it on the right path, you might experience this as more unstable than normal. Because Uranus is telling you, get out of this situation, get into something that really speaks to your soul, that you love. You want to do work that you love. So if you're not loving what you're doing, you may find Uranus, rips you out of there or gives you a sudden opportunity to find that path where you're loving what you do, because you need to love your work. Mercury will be moving into Gemini in your 7th house, and it will be squaring Pluto in the 2nd house. Well, it's going to square Pluto before it moves into Gemini, when at the very tail end of Taurus. So that could mean some power struggles in a relationships around financial issues, money, but also about self-worth, self-esteem, like you might be feeling insecure about a partner. Pluto, it's like kind of dredging things up from the depths. So just watch your communication style, because when Mercury squares Pluto, on the one hand, it gives you special insight. No one's going to be able to pull the wool over your eyes. You can see you could smell a lie a mile away. But it also intensifies your communication style. So you don't want to rip somebody to shreds with your truth telling. Just be careful of that, because that could, hurt the relationship. You have Mars in the 5th house, and it's conjunct Chiron. Mars in the 5th can bring a love affair if you're not involved with anyone. It could also bring pregnancy, because Mars is sex. 5th house is children, pleasure. But you also have Chiron there, so I feel like there's some healing that needs to be done around children, around creative projects. Mars wants you to be more creative, but maybe you're feeling, insecure about it. Like, do I have the talent? Do I have enough? Can I be a good mother if you're thinking about children? Do I really want kids? Do I have a wound about children? Mars is stirring that up, stirring your thoughts about 5th house matters, which is creativity, creative self-expression, children, romance, sex, fun. What am am I working my butt off? Why am I not having fun? I need some fun in my life. So you're going to be is there any wound that I'm experiencing that's preventing me from having all these things? So the full moon may bring that to light, and you can heal it. Whatever you see, you can heal. If you don't see it, you can't heal it. Now, Saturn is going to go retrograde on the 4th, and so that as it's traveling through your 3rd house, you may rethink some of the projects you've been working on, or may rethink your relationships with siblings or communication projects. You may have to renegotiate or redo some things. Then we have the new moon in Cancer, and that's happening in your 8th house, and it's squaring Pluto in the 5th. So you could have a new beginning that leads to a new relationship that's very nurturing, leading to greater intimacy. So if it's like after the full moon of Sag, where you see the truth and you do some healing, now you're working on the shadow in the 8th house. So you have a chance for a new beginning, to turn a new page, and to work on the darkness. We all have a dark side, and sometimes we don't see it, sometimes we see it. But if you're willing to do the work, you could have a new start. The 8th house could also be a new financial abundance coming in from some other source, like an inheritance or a partner's income. Maybe your partner gets a raise or a promotion. It's squaring the 5th house, Jupiter in the 5th. So you may, Jupiter in the 5th is really good because it brings expansion and opportunity. So you could, if you're not dating anyone, you could have a new love relationship, or you could have a child, So if you're not wanting children, be careful. But Jupiter is sextiling Venus in the 7th. So your relationship by this new moon, you could have a new beginning in a relationship where you decide you're really going to open up. Maybe you drop some of your vulnerability and you allow that person to get close to you. You allow yourself to receive love and healing and nurturing. And that includes money, because Venus is about how do I attract love and money. Venus rules money and love. So if you have blocks to love, you also have blocks to money. So if you heal those things, then you can start opening up to the universe, the abundance of the universe. And Jupiter wants you to have fun and have all these things. Jupiter in the 5th is expanding, your joy. And Mars is also there. So they're not together. Mars is further down in Aries, but Mars is stirring up your fifth house, so you're going to be taking action. If you're not in a relationship, you could very well, sparks will fly. And if you're in a relationship already and it's gotten a little stale, Mars could, spice things up a little bit. So just be careful. If you don't want to have children, take precautions, because with all this Jupiter and Mars energy in your fifth house, you could very well have get pregnant or something. Mars is sextiling Saturn, so if you have the courage to talk it out with family and friends, you could have a healing there too. Mercury's in the 7th, so all the more reason, and it's sextile Chiron. This is a month of communication. Every single sign has had this in one way or another. It's time to talk it out with your partner to lead to healing and greater intimacy. And especially with all this fifth house energy, if you have children, it may be, and you've been estranged from them, you're even having difficulties with your kids, it's a good time to talk to them too, and to have some kind of healing conversation so that you can resolve differences and bring bring the nurturing back into your life. Cancer is about healing. It's the mother sign. It's about, family, home and family, and bringing people together and nurturing each other, supporting each other. So if you've had any issues with, siblings or relatives or even your own children, it's time to talk it out, but it's also time to look at what have I been doing that might have been causing the conflict. You have to look at your shadow, because it takes two to tango. It's not just the other person. So it's like, yeah, the other person's doing this, but you're also doing something too. So it's time to look at the shadow and to make a course correction so you can have greater harmony and greater intimacy in your life and achieve this goal of the star. It's possible for you, but you may have to break out of your comfort zone and be open to seeing things from a different perspective and incorporating someone else's needs into the equation. So that's my forecast, Sag, for this month. If you enjoyed this reading, click on the like button, leave a comment, let me know what's going on in your life. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website and we can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, I want to say thank you for supporting this channel. I really enjoy reading all the comments. Thank you for the likes, the subscribes, the readings that you've booked. Thank you. I wouldn't be here without your support. So I will leave you with that. Have a wonderful June, and I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.